She's the director of photography. Here's the camera pointed at you. There's a monitor on the side of the camera that she's looking at the monitor like this. And the camera's pointing at you and you're Alec. And she's directing him through the shot. She's saying, okay, Alec, take the gun out. And he drew the gun. Left, right there. Take it out and do it there again. Do it there. And she's watching, not looking at him. Whatever you're pointing out right there is now tilt the gun a little. And she's walking him through the motions that she wants him to do. So the gun being pointed at her was under her direction. She's telling him where to point the gun.
Wow.
And he pulls the hammer back and the hammer releases. Now, again, let's not even get into the last person that you want to be involved with loading or unloading a gun is the actor. So they've got a professional that's licensed. It's called the armorer. That person somehow loads the weapon. The one that was really, really, I thought the biggest crime, the first assistant director is handed the gun from the armorer. So now I'm not the director, I'm the first assistant director. I take the gun from the armorer.
Yeah.
And I take the gun and I hold it up in front of the entire cast and crew. And I have to say one of two things. Hot gun on set, cold gun on set. Cold gun meaning it's empty. And to be able to declare the weapon cold, you have to have fired it. If it's a revolver, you have to fire it 6 times. So this first assistant director announced cold gun on set, handing it to Alec. Which, again, if everyone's chain of command doing their job, there's been a mistake already with a live round put in. And then they gave the first AD immunity initially to testify against Alec. When the armorer would not probably have shot the gun, would have loaded the gun, but he could not announce cold weapon on set. Now, this is my understanding of the situation. So now the gun goes off, goes through her and into the chest of the director. This is a man who's a father of many young children that will never for the rest of his life ever not visualize. He was there. He saw it happen. And this is a mom of an 8-year-old boy at the time and has a husband and she's forever gone. Oh my God. I mean, like, how do you ever wipe that out of your mind? How do you ever not remember that occurrence? And guess what? None of it was his responsibility, none. So now through the suppression of evidence and whatever it is that the judge found, it's gone finally, and he will not be, he's fully exonerated of any responsibility himself. But you're not going to ever be able to take away the memory of that for him.
It's permanent.
Yeah, no doubt.
And let me ask you, so you think a part of it is the fact that he just doesn't want to be around people. Like, I don't even know if he goes shopping or buy stuff. There was one clip, Rob, where he went to a coffee shop and somebody keeps harassing him. You know what I'm talking about?
She's holding the phone at him, telling him.
This is you. Hey, you're what does she say? There's something about like, hey, she keeps saying something. She keeps saying something. She keeps saying something. And then he's just finally kind of like late. This is the one, Rob? Go ahead and play.
Say free Palestine one time.
Yeah, Palestine.
Not even lady? About.
Right.
You killed that lady and got no jail time? No jail time, Alec?
Sorry.
No jail time, Alec. You're putting innocent people in jail, Alec Baldwin.
I'm so sorry.
Free Palestine, Alec, just one time, and I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone, I swear. Just say free Palestine one time. One time. One time.
Call the police.
One time, Alec. You know he's a criminal. You know he's a criminal.
You can
Come
pause
on,
it right
Alec.
there.
Okay, so again, that's the that's the video you're watching of the little tiger going like this and batting. And does the big tiger ever go, and tear it up and kill it? No. And we've learned over the years that you can provoke him. You can provoke him.
Yeah, I've seen that many times with
photographers, whatever.
Yep.
And the famous case of when they were trying to get the picture of Ireland when she was born, and he laid out the photographer who he claims the photographer hit him with the camera out in front of his house. But again, you can provoke him. So I've always been the one that have said, go right back at him and say little things and whisper. Let them hit you first, and then it's green light. If they put their hands on you, you can tear them to shreds. Yeah. But he's never been able to hold out, that long.
I wonder, like, for me, when he was famous and when he was popular, was he the most popular kid in high school?
He was pretty popular. He's very handsome, smart guy, played football,
So he's popular. So
yeah, he's popular, for
top,
sure.
Like, he's one of the most popular kids in school.
Very popular.
Okay,
yes.
and how did he handle it? Was he an asshole? Was he a jerk? Was he
No.
he chill? Was he what was his personality like when
I think
he would get the attention?
I think you're always struggling to be cool. You know, that was what was. How cool were you? Not how popular. For me, the light was because of sports. You know, for sure, I was one of the best athletes. I played 3 sports. I lettered every year. You know, for him, I think he was one of the cool kids. You know, he hung around with the cool crowd, and you know, the girls really liked him. He was very, very handsome. So, yeah.
Was he naturally cooler than Billy?
Yeah, he was different cool than Billy. Billy was an athlete too, so Billy hung around with me and Billy hung around with the jockey guys, you know. Alec hung around with some of those guys, but he also had, you know, the like I said, the cool guys. He was cool. I when I walked around school, I was Alec's brother, Alec Baldwin, you know, that guy who's cool.
And when shit would hit the fan, was he a fight, flight, or freeze guy? He would scrap. I would take Billy in a scrap with me before I would take Alec, because Billy was such a good wrestler. Billy can handle himself. Yeah, don't kid yourself. He was a strong kid, really gifted wrestler, very dedicated and pretty tough. So I guess what I'm saying with Alec, it was Alec the one that said, "Hey, shit, you know, I'm fucking done. I'm done. You know, I'm just out of here. I'm done. I'm gonna go. Don't call me. Don't talk to me." Was he that guy? Was like, "What'd you say?" Or was he like, which one?
He might be a little bit what you say.
Freeze?
He probably
Or flight?
He'd say what you say. He wouldn't run. He wouldn't run for sure. But I don't know that he was the guy that would. You know, there's different. My father would say, once he touches you, do what you got to do. Once he touches you, and I was the one that went. There's 3 of them. I'm knocking the biggest one out now. I'm not waiting for anybody to touch. Like, I didn't care. So I don't think he was. He was a combination of maybe a little bit of me and a little bit of more reserved.
Got it. No, the only reason I asked that question is because for the last 5 years, I've been tough with that guy. It's not been an easy 5 years for him.
No.
I mean,
it's been rough.
And Trump wins. Are you kidding me? And Trump wins.
You're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but the last 13 and a half years, I've been working on my first fiction book to write, ever. Fiction book to write. And while I finished this book, a year ago, I got the strangest phone call about one of the characters in the book where the guy wanted to meet with me, and he read the book. And afterwards, was like, wait a minute, am I the villain in the book? This is a story about a character named Asher, who is half Armenian, half Assyrian, whose father was involved in the Iranian Revolution, linked to Savak, working with the Shah, that they escape and he gets recruited to a secret society. When you go to the secret society, it's been around for a couple thousand years. They've developed some of the craziest leaders of all time. And they test you. There's unique tests that they have at this society where they test to see your emotional mental toughness. One of the tests that they have is very rigorous. It's purely mental. Of course, there's a physical one, but one is mental and emotional. If you're Armenian, if you're Syrian, if you're Persian, this is a book you're going to be reading and saying, holy moly, this is the kind of stuff you talk about in here? Yes. If you're somebody that's fascinated by history, this is a book for you. Characters. There's a technology that this society, secret society, builds where you go into a vault. I won't spoil it for you. When you go down, they have a technology where you get to sit down and watch and have a 3-4 hour conversation with Tupac. You can set up a debate between Karl Marx and Ayn Rand. Karl Marx is in the book, who wrote Communist Manifesto. Ayn Rand, who wrote Atlas Shrugged, is in the book. Marilyn Monroe explains the concept of seduction and sex in the book. When you read the book, it's about development of the next leaders in the world and how they do it and how they've been doing it for many years. And it's also about how to prevent the end of civilization and how this organization goes about doing it. So, I've never written a parenting book before, but if I ever wrote a parenting book, this is the closest thing to it because it's all mindset, a lot of crazy stories. Again, 13 and a half years. Trust me, I told myself I will not publish this book until I sell my insurance company and I'm fully disconnected from it, where it's no longer my responsibility 100%. When you read this, if you're a creative person, if you like fiction books, if you enjoyed Atlas Shrugged, or if you enjoy Divergent, if you like books like that, I think you're gonna enjoy reading this book. It's the creative side. Business books is very easy. Here's how you do it. Here's how this how it works. This is very creative. If you haven't placed the order yet, now you can order it on Simon & Schuster, Amazon. I'm gonna put the link up below somewhere here, maybe even in my profile. Go order the book and read it. I sincerely, I've never written a book where I can't wait to read your reviews to see what you think about this book. So I'm going on this wild journey, and we have some plans with this book here. If you support the things that I work on, I would appreciate you going and reading the book, order the book on Amazon, and then post a review.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.